Welcome back to the Michael D Show. I'm your host, Michael D, and I love this next guest. I actually met him. He was hosting a real estate conference in Tampa, Florida a year ago where I was speaking, and we ended up having breakfast together. The rest, as they say, is history, but I was so intrigued by Ken Van Liew. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, really great to have you. First book here is Dirt. Work hard, play harder, buy dirt.
Yeah.
This book's an emotional book, but I think it's a piece of who you are, because when you, Tom, and I talked about this and I saw the cover with you for the first time, I went back to that first day in the pool with me, you, and Matt, because this was your heart and passion.
Yes.
Because those guys in the room at your event, they look up to you as a father. And they loved and respected you so much. Those young guys that are hustling and tearing it up in real estate, they're like, Ken's the guy. Everybody in that group was like, Ken's the godfather of the group. So we call you a real estate mogul. You're a titan of real estate.
Trying to be, you know.
But not only building skyscrapers, when did you start doing something amazing? That is your online courses and your training and all your programs. When did you launch all that?
You know, that's a great question. So in 2008, I had my second, I guess you can call, tragedy. I was partners with Lehman Brothers, and we lost $300 million that day. And I was thinking about which building to jump off of, because I was like, wow, real estate just went down the drain. But I had been a magician since I was 12. And I said, if I can keep the magic in my life, maybe we can pull this off. So in 2008, I started doing magic. And I crashed a trade show at the Jacob Javits Center. And I was a really good magician. I just had to learn the trade show business. And I said, if I can make a couple $100,000 doing magic, I'll put all this pressure and just let it go away. Because, $300 million was a lot of money that day to lose. So I didn't really know what to do. The entire city was shut down. There was 500 cranes standing in the city. And I met this guy, Joel Bauer, and we were doing, this magic thing together. And he introduced me to a mortgage origination seminar. And it was really funny because I watched him give value all day. And the next morning, he says, grab this piece of paper out from under your desk. And I saw my first stack be done live. And 40 people stood up and handed him $12,000. And I was like, wow, I'd like to make $500,000 in 2 days. So I said, can you show me how to do that? And he says, well, have you ever, done any courses? I said, well, I built a $17 million project with no money. He's like, 8-figure deals with no money down. So my first course that I created in 2008 was 8-figure deals with no money down. I went to a group in New York. It was called Cash Flow Quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki. There was 100 people in the room playing real estate game. I was like, wow, can you put these people in a room? So my first, speaking engagement was essentially with 100 real estate players. I put 35 people in a Newark hotel, and I recorded 8-figure deals with no money down, and that was my first course that I created in 2008.
Oh, wow.
And not to hijack the call, I'll just give you the, at that point I went to this thing called the Winner's Circle, and I realized that informational marketing was a business.
Yeah.
And a month later, after rinse and repeating that seminar and making about my first $125,000 in one day, because I realized it was coaching, I'm like, I'll talk to you once a month and give you this, and it's $10,000 a month, and 8 people gave me $10,000.
Wow.
So, I was able to get out of the funk, and then sit there and go, wow, do I really want to be in this informational marketing business, or do I really want to be the real deal? So I set a goal then. I'm going to create the entire spectrum in real estate. We're going to reverse engineer. I think someone said they think in reverse. I'm a top-down thinker, no pun intended. But if I created the real estate, 8-figure deals, real estate development made simple, how could I create a whole gamut of real estate, which next year we come out with Real Estate Master University. But since then, we created the Modern Wealth Building Formula, which is syndication and any type of real estate. And then we've created Financial Freedom Protocol, which is how we did 137 residential deals in 1 year. And we just give it all away. So that's what I'm doing. Right?
Wow. And you just did a massive deal in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And what lights your fire? You just married off your daughter. So,
yeah,
I mean.
Three marriages in 13 months.
Wow.
We have 45 acres. We just got approved. It's a $112 million project in North Carolina.
Wow.
That has now over 100 townhomes, close to 200 residential market rate units, self-storage, hotel, wellness center, retail. Really excited. And that's just one. We have a few going on. So
a couple of your proteges, Pace and Jamal, I mean, they've got their own show on A&E about flipping houses and doing things. So your students are doing incredible things.
They really are, and It's just great. All walks of life.
Well, what do you love the most? Is it the speaking, or is it the coaching? Is it to step into a room like this?
Yeah.
What do you love the most?
I love doing magic the most, actually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make a lot of
You're
money.
gonna do some magic for us, right? Yeah.
Well, we'll see, but,
Yes.
maybe tonight. But, I really have found that real estate is my passion.
Mm-hmm.
The magician comes into me in the form of the education and getting on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a shiny penny, but the real estate is something
Yeah.
that woke me up at 5 in the morning every night, kept me up till midnight. I went to school, just till I was 37 years old at night every night, and then I figured I better learn how to make money now.
Let's make some
Because
money.
Dad said go to college,
Yes.
but that didn't pay the bills.
Yes.
It just increased them.
And you had weddings coming up.
Yeah, but the real estate is really exciting because real estate development, and every day is different.
Yeah.
A lot, people might get bored doing fixing and flips, but
Yeah.
for real estate development, one day I'm negotiating a legal
Yeah.
contract, the next day I'm buying windows, the next day I'm doing civil engineering, so it's
Bringing in
interesting.
investors,
Yeah, bringing in,
syndicating.
always raising money. I
Wow.
teach people, like, you got to work on your money pitch no matter what you do. It's not elevator pitch, it's money pitch.
Well, we
'Cause
can
we're all
talk about
raising money.
elevators. I know you know all about elevators and skyscrapers. That's another question. But
Yeah.
let's say I've only got $1,000 to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Can somebody literally get started with $1,000, and how would they do that?
Yeah, they can. I built a $17 million project with no money.
No money.
Yeah.
Everybody say no money.
No money. Yeah, I could keep the lights on, but I figured 9 ways to pay myself.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, if you don't have a lot of money, it's about what we're talking about all today. It's about building relationships. Because there's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of people with money, and if you can create certainty, and like we're all being here today, becoming leaders and express leadership, people trust you and will give you their money.
Yeah.
And provided that you do the right thing, it works out pretty well. But,
We're going to talk about all the books tomorrow, but Work Hard, Play Hard, or Buy Dirt. How many of you like that title, huh? Wow.